From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up, world? It's the one and only Pop DBacks, the Primetime Capper, and it is time for the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, and it is a beautiful Thursday in LA. So pretty much, man, let's go ahead and jump into it right away. As you can see, we have ourselves some movement once again in the college basketball game. Speedy Claxton, former NBA point guard and Streetball legend as well, too. Hofstra legend as well. He's going to be coaching at his alumni. And he first came onto the scene pretty much as a high-end point guard in college. But, you know, he went to Little Hofstra, so pretty much he was seen as a guy that could be an impact on your team, and he was able to play with Allen Iverson over with the Philadelphia 76ers as a very good backup point guard. He was able to play in New Orleans as well with Chris Paul as Chris's mentor, his rookie and everything of all that good stuff. But Speedy Claxton made his bones with the San Antonio Spurs. That's where he was really very vital at. He was very helpful in that 2003 championship that they won as well, too. So his experience that he brings to the table for this Hofstra team is going to be enormous. And you already know that this is a starter job for Speedy. Speedy's not going to spend the rest of his career at Hofstra. So pretty much he should probably be able to get a good recruiting class in here as soon as he starts off or within the next 18 months or so because of his NBA experience and his NBA ties as well, too. So a very big move for the Hofstra. For the Hofstra University. So pretty much kudos to the man himself, Speedy Claxton, a well-deserved position for a very good point guard that I enjoyed a lot when he was playing. So we move on, and we got Wes Miller hired as Cincinnati's new head coach. Wes Miller was the head coach for Oral Roberts, who led them on a very great run. And you know, pretty much this is what always happens with coaches that coach at the smaller schools or at the mid majors. They get a big tournament run. They're going to get a bigger check from another university, and this is exactly what Wes Miller did. You guys have to understand, Oral Roberts is a springboard school for a lot of these really good coaches, and you know it is what it is at the end of the day. But Wes Miller heading over to Cincinnati is huge. Cincinnati did get rid of their last head coach to coach that replaced Mick Cronin because he was fairly average. He went 12-11 with a very good team last season. Now Wes Miller gets to recruit a bit better now, and he already has ready players, guys who are very solid there in that Cincinnati program. So Wes Miller's in good hands there, and I think that this is a good fit for him. And once again, this is another coach. If he does very well at Cincinnati in the next 2 or 3 years, you'll probably see him moving to a bigger conference as well. But you can't never sleep on an AAC. And when you have the blue blood team of the conference in your disposal, then you'll be okay here. He can do exactly what Kelvin Sampson's doing over at Houston, and you can build at Cincinnati. Ask Bobby Huggins. All right, so pretty much that's it for our coach movement in the NCAA. Let's get into the state of the Lakers. The Lakers are back at home tonight, going to be playing against the arch rival, the only rival, the Boston Celtics tonight. And I think that this is going to wind up being a very, very good game for us tonight because a lot of people don't see the Lakers coming, but I do. The Lakers have been playing way better basketball. And, you know, at the end of the day, what's the real threat there with Boston when you play them? You know, you got Tatum and Brown, but the thing is, though, Boston doesn't overwhelm teams like you would think when they have two superstars. That's the thing with Boston, in my opinion. And then you have AD and LeBron about 2 weeks away from rejoining the team. I would say these guys will be back late April, early May to make sure that to get the run in place and everything like that. And when this occurs, a lot of people are gonna be frowning up a little bit and everything like that, because the Lakers will be back to being pretty much the de facto team, because they are the defending champions. And it's going to be very, very tough on these teams that are now vying for these top seeds and everything like that, knowing that the Lakers will probably have to come from, pretty much from the back of the stretch to go ahead and get everybody. But it's not going to be hard, because once you get into the playoffs, forget all that seeding and everything. It's about the best of the best nowadays in basketball. You know what I mean? That knowledge has been thrown out 25, 30 years ago, where an A seed wouldn't be able to be the first seed. Okay, now it's all about pretty much how hard are you going to go in that first round? And if you go hard, you won't be going home. But if you sit up there and slack a minute and overlook your opponent, oh yeah, bye-bye. So pretty much the NBA right now is at a very, very good point, because you have a lot of parity going on as well too. I think the playing games are going to be absolutely epic as well. So there's things to look forward to in the NBA. And I just really think that the Lakers have an easier path to the finals than anybody, because they've already went ahead and showed the West what they can do. And they don't have a team in the Western Conference that can literally just shut the Lakers down like that, except for the guys in the other locker room when they want to play. So pretty much it is what it is at the end of the day. I don't think that we're going to get the LA Western Conference final that everybody's assuming that we will get, because where the Lakers are at in position right now. So if the Lakers finish as the 4th seed, which most likely it looks like what will happen, they'll wind up with Utah in the second round. And I think the Clippers might have a little bit of a tough time with Phoenix in that in their round the next time out. But let's not think too far ahead. State of the Lakers right now, it's all about the Boston game tonight. The Lakers come in as a 6-point dog, and they should be able to step their game up tonight and make it close, at least. You know what I mean? They always play the Celtics very well. It doesn't matter who's on the court for the Lakers. They will show up tonight, and I expect a very, very good game between the arch rivals, the teams that own the most championships in the NBA. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it shakes out, and that is the state of the Lakers for today. All right, our player of the night last night, Luka Doncic. Oh boy, what a shot. And we're going to go ahead and look at that shot right now as well too. Now, as you guys can see, okay. So pretty much we got the shot going right now, and let me go ahead and remove this real quick so you guys can see the shot. All right, and here we are. Luka throws it on up. Let's bring that back. All right. Luka throws it up. Wham. Great shot right there for Luka. Going crazy. At first, they said it was not good, but then they had to look at the replay. And as I did last night, looking at the replay as well, too, this was money out the hand, regardless of what they think. It was a crazy shot, and it was a crazy situation, because actually Grayson was on Grayson Allen was on the line, and he's automatic, and he missed 2 free throws. So you knew what was about to set up on the other end, probably a buzzer beater that will either put the game in overtime or make the game, or pretty much end the game. And that's exactly what it did last night, ending the game and everything like that. So shouts out to Luka Doncic last night. Great game, 29 points. 5 rebounds and 9 assists. Great game from Luka last night, and the legend continues down in Dallas. So it is what it is at the end of the day, and that was a heck of a game last night on ESPN. So shout out to Luka. Great job. And with that, you guys go ahead and check out hatclub.com, and you guys will be able to get yourself a 10% discount with any order that's $50 or better. Once again, that's hatclub.com, and you guys will be able to get yourself a great deal if you do spend $50 or more and get yourself a 10% discount on me. So you guys can go ahead and get that in our show description. So check it out, hatclub.com. So with that, we will be right back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners and I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DBacks, the PrimeTime Capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune into Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube. All right, it's time to go ahead and jump into the squared circle. We got some boxing news here, and literally, let's jump off on what's the fight of the week. It's going to be Jake Paul, Ben Askren, and you guys know that I got a few interviews with Jake Paul and everything like that. So I don't think about him the same way that you guys do. I think he's a pretty good guy, pretty smart guy as well too, and he's a lot of fun. Just you got to get to know people and. And you got to understand that everything is entertainment. So you're going to have heroes and villains, and Jake has chosen the role of being a villain. And pretty much he looks like the big bully here against Ben Askren, a guy that he is outweighing as well, too. They're going into a cruiserweight fight as well, too. So pretty much a lot of people are trying to put their money on Ben Askren with the idea that he'll be able to shut Jake Paul up because he's a professional fighter. But really, he's a professional wrestler because that was his main tactic when he was in MMA. He wasn't a guy that threw his hands or anything like that. And from what they're saying is that they feel like Askren can put his body on Jake Paul and get him real tired in this fight and all this good stuff. All these MMA guys are giving out like MMA strategy, not understanding that boxing, you can fight at a distance. And I think that's exactly what Jake Paul's trainers are going to tell him to do, exactly what he did against Nate Robinson. And the thing is with this guy is he punches he got some pop in his punch as well too, and we all know because Nate Robinson literally looked dead for about 2 minutes there when he knocked him out. So pretty much with that, I think that the experience of Jake Paul will overwhelm Ben Askren. It's not about you being a great fighter or anything like that. You're trying to jump into a different sport, and just like they always say about the boxing guys going into the MMA that they can't last 30 seconds, I feel the same way about these MMA guys that don't throw their hands. The reason why McGregor was able to fight Mayweather is because Mayweather knew that he was going to throw hands. He wasn't going to be kicking and doing all these extra things, trying to get him on the ground. He knew that all in all that Conor McGregor had a boxing background because that's what he started off doing. So that's why he was able to get that mega fight. And because McGregor is able to sell a fight. You see what they're doing over there at the in Vegas right now. They're pretty much setting it all up to make sure that there's 100% attendance there to watch Conor McGregor because they know he's going to fill that house up. So this is the same thing that goes for Jake Paul. You think that he's an absolute joke when it comes to boxing, but you know what? He's filling up seats. He's getting the celebrities to pull up, and you know what? He's injecting new life into boxing. People just have to give him his props and get over it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's not that significant of a fight. It's not that real of a fight. Yeah, it is that real of a fight. They've been sanctioned. They're going to both have on gloves. They're going to be in a squared circle, and they're going to box. Yeah, they're not fighting for any of your alphabet belts or anything like that, but this is to help the game of boxing in general be much better than what it is right now. You know what I mean? And so pretty much you guys just go ahead and put your little complaints to the side and enjoy a very good card that's showing up on Saturday. You have a really good fight in our second fight, in the fight that I'm going to talk about right now. and Regis Prograis and Ivan Redkach. This fight would have been a Saturday night Fox special fight over at StubHub or over at the Microsoft Center, and pretty much this is what happens when you have that situation. So you got two guys in Prograis and Redkach looking to go ahead and get themselves in that title contention, and maybe get themselves the winner of the Taylor Ramirez fight as well too. You never know. I know that they will have to drop back down to 140, but still, this fight is monster. This fight isn't really a side attraction. It isn't a co-main event. It will be a main event on a PBC card right now. So you guys have to understand that part as well too. This is a really good fight, and they were able to put together fights that everybody's going to really want to watch this time around, because the first time around when they had the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, everybody was focused on Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, but as soon as the guy who stole the night was Jake Paul. But all in all, though, you had Badu Jack fight, and he fought against a guy who thought he was a really good boxer, and he broke him up. But that guy did show a lot of courage as well too. But they brought back the way to just love the game of boxing. You don't have to worry about who's winning the championship tonight and blah 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 and all that stuff. You are just looking at two warriors be warriors, and I think that this fight right here could steal the attention away. But this is the fight that media people like myself and others that I know in the business, this is the fight that we are mostly focused on, because this is the one that is relevant to the state of boxing. But the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight is almost like a good GoFundMe for everybody to go ahead and get excited about these next fights coming up in the next few months. So let's move forward and talk about Tony Yoka. Tony Yoka is Boots Ennis. Sorry, I jumped over a little bit. So sorry about that. But Boots Ennis put on a impressive performance Saturday. That was beautiful to watch. Boots Ennis is representing Philly to the fullest right now. And I truly do think that this guy is a future champion, but they're gonna make him wait. They're gonna kind of Bud Crawford this guy right now. He's kind of in a situation where he's not with any promoter, but he's with a good management group. And can that management group deliver him a title shot within the next 18 months? I don't think so, because you got to wait on Errol Spence to get done in the welterweight division, because once Errol gets done, he'll be moving up. Then you have other guys vying for titles as well too that are kind of ahead of him as well. So I think that they need to set up Boots with a very big fight. And I think that big fight will be Sean Porter. Okay, I think Sean Porter would be a good matchup for him. Keith Thurman would be a good matchup for him. And also Danny Garcia would be a good matchup for him as well too. And this is kind of like those three guys are kind of like gatekeepers now in the welterweight division. They were guys that had championships and things like that, but they got big names that you can use for your resume. And I'm not saying Boots beats these three, but I'm just saying that it looks better on his resume if he's able to get these guys and do the same thing that he's been doing to the rest of the guys he's been knocking out over the last few years. So pretty much Boots Ennis is the next big star on the rise at the 147 division. And the way that he put it on Sergey Lipinets, man, that was a absolute clinic. And Sergey Lipinets is no slouch. So that's what makes it even that much better of a win for Boots Ennis. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into Tony Yoka, the best heavyweight that nobody is talking about. Tony Yoka is primarily fighting in France, but he is trained by Virgil Hunter as well too. He is the former trainer for Andre Ward. So this is a pretty good situation for him. He is managed by the legendary Jay Prince, president, CEO of Rap-A-Lot Records, and Houston entrepreneur who has a good foothold in the management side of boxing as well too. He also has one of our family guests, Jahai Tucker, as one of his guys too. But Tony Yoka is the guy that can probably deliver the biggest come up for anybody who's dealing with him pretty much by becoming the heavyweight champion. I think honestly that this guy can be Anthony Joshua as soon as they polish him up a little bit, and it will be one of the bigger fights in the world as well too. Reason being, Tony Yoka is the 2016 Olympic gold medalist for the heavyweight division, and what was Anthony Joshua? He's the 2008 gold medalist for the or silver medalist, gold medalist, but he has an Olympic medal as well too. And this will be a huge fight in Europe, but this will be a even better fight at Madison Square Garden. I think that they could sell this fight very, very well. You got two guys that, that aren't too, too shabby on the looks and everything like that. You can sell that whole model look and all that good stuff and, pretty much sell yourself a pretty good fight all around. But Tony Yoka is going to need a little bit more time. And pretty much, I think by the next 18 months, his name should be barking in a lot of circles, and he should be able to get his title shot. You know what I mean? He's an Olympic gold medalist. You're not gonna not let this guy get a shot, because the thing is, he's won at the highest level, and he's not gonna have to fight 30 fights to get to a title fight. Okay, so pretty much Tony Yoka is the guy that I'm looking out for, and I think that a lot of people need to start paying attention because he is on the way. All right, so we move forward, and we have my man Brandon Figueroa, who's supposed to be interviewing with me Sunday afternoon. He's out in India right now training for a fight that was just announced the other day, and he confirmed this for me when we spoke the other day as well too, that he will be fighting Louis Nery, one of the toughest fighters in the 122 division, who's ranked number 2, while you have Brandon Figueroa, who's ranked number 5. So pretty much Brandon coming in as the WBA champion, Nery's coming in as the former WBC champion, twice stripped of that title as well too. So pretty much they got themselves a good little brawl going, and I think the winner will move on to fighting for the WBC belt and a unification bout. I know Nery is going to be a big favorite here because he does have some very he does have some rare power to him as well too, but Brandon is much longer and much lengthier than him, and I think Brandon's going to be able to hold him at bay. And he's a puncher as well too, and his punches actually get much harder as the fight goes along. I've seen this guy really break guys down and really get them out the way by the 6th, 7th, 8th round, but he'll go to war with you as well too. But I don't think the best idea for him is to go to war with Nery. He needs to go ahead and fight his fight, but like he always does, and dominate and dictate everything in this one. But this is going to be one of the better fights of the year, and it's going to be at one of the better divisions in boxing at 122 super bantamweight. So this is going to be an epic fight. I look forward to it. And Figueroa, Nery, May 15th in Carson at the StubHub Center. Make sure you guys are ready. Tickets aren't on sale yet, but they will start the advertisements for this fight in about another week or two, because right now it's all about the May 1st pay-per-view event between Arreola and between Chris Arreola and Andy Ruiz. And you guys make sure you check that out as well too, because that is on pay-per-view for all the right reasons, guys. So don't get mad about that fight either. So pretty much with that is going to be our boxing news for today, and we'll be back to it next week, and then I'm going to be having some more boxing footage for you guys and more boxing content as we move forward. I know it's been a while since we did a big wave boxing and all that good stuff, so be on the lookout for that as well too. So with that, you guys check out Paramount Plus. You guys go ahead and use the promo code VSX, and you guys will be able to get yourself tuned in and get yourself back to all your favorite shows from back in the day, or get yourself into all these new shows that have been popping up as of late on the Paramount networks and things of that network. The Paramount networks are the Viacom family, because that's exactly who Paramount is up under. So with that, you guys check them on out. Use the promo code VSX, and we will be back. This is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live.
The Viget app, where social media meets sports betting. Get the latest line movements in all major sports. Track your daily bets, daily contests, the NFL over-under contest that pays out $10K in cash prizes. This is a cutting-edge app that helps betting be easy. Sign up with the reference code POPDBIC, and you will be able to watch my daily show, The Primetime Angles, as a resource to building that bankroll. Viget is available in your Apple or Google Store on your iOS or Android. The social sports betting app, Viget.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
All right, we are back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles, live with the one and only Pop DBacks, the Primetime Capper. And let's go ahead and jump into Blue Crew Daily. And last night, the Dodgers went ahead and grinded out a 4-2 victory over the Rockies last night. And today, they look to go ahead and sweep out this early home series. And pretty much put themselves at 7-0 at home right now. So the Dodgers looking good moving forward. And I think that tonight there's going to be a lot of hype going behind this game because you got Julio Urias on the mound tonight for the Dodgers, and it should be a very good game. And I know one thing, this is like one of the better days to bet the Dodgers, and reason being is because it is Jackie Robinson Day, and Jackie Robinson is so special to pretty much all of us in the state of California and all over the world. But I'm from a city called Pasadena, California, and this guy is like the biggest idol, biggest legend, biggest everything in the city of Pasadena, like, because he grew up right here in the city, and he went to actually the rival school that we used to play against, called John Muir. And he played basketball, baseball, ran track there as well too, played football there as well, 4-star athlete, went to UCLA. And actually, before he went to UCLA, he went to the same college that I went to, which is now PCC. At the time when he went there was PJC, Pasadena Junior College. So pretty much he was able to propel himself to UCLA and then get himself to, and he actually joined the armed services and everything like that, joining the Army. And he was, part of the Pearl Harbor situation that occurred with that going down. And then, he fought for our country so hard. And then he found himself in the Negro Leagues, just picking up a few dollars and everything like that. And, they were trying to break the barrier in baseball, and they found him. And pretty much instead of going with the legend like Satchel Paige or with a guy like Josh Gibson, who was sort of a head case, they went with the guy who had the military background, smart, sharp, and was going to be able to tolerate the BS that occurred, that came to him. And it was this man, Jackie Robinson. But he also had a talented group of brothers as well, too, that were athletes. And Mac Robinson as well, too, who was able to run with Jesse Owens at the 36 Olympics. See, they don't talk about that too much, but his brother was he always considered his brother a better athlete than him. So pretty much Jackie Robinson Day is a very important day in all of sports because it broke the color barriers in sports as well. And it's just not for the Black African American player. It's for the Latino guy. It's for the Asian guy. It's for all these guys, all these different races that were not accepted to play in professional sports. So this is a huge day for everybody, and everybody just pays homage to the great one, number 42. Jackie Robinson. So, and us Pasadena folks, we get a little into it because, he's one of ours, and he's pretty much the staple of what you want to be coming out of the city of Pasadena. Jackie Robinson, and the old and famous park that's named after him as well too has produced some of the best athletes the city has ever seen, and some of those guys have went professional as well too. So once again, thank you so much, Jackie Robinson, for being you and everything that you went through. And there is no us without you. Thank you, Jackie. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some baseball games, and we have ourselves the Mariners and the Orioles. And the Mariners coming in plus 105 today, and pretty much the Orioles coming into this one minus 130. This is game 2 of the day as well, too. Disregard the logo, but that would be a pretty cool logo if it was the Mariners logo. But thing is, pretty much it pretty much this one is going to be a really good one today. I think that it's going to wind up being a split. And so pretty much there it is with that game right there. You got a lot of value going here. I think that you can split sides here. It's not really a one-off or a one-sided betting affair. To me, you got to split it down the middle 50-50. So let's see how it shakes out. Mariners, Orioles, and hopefully they can get the game on today. This game has been postponed twice this week as well, too. So we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how it goes. We'll move forward to the Diamondbacks and the Nationals. The Diamondbacks coming into this one plus 145, one of the bigger dogs of the day. The Nats minus 175 with a shaky pitcher. So I don't trust it, to be dead honest with you. So pretty much Diamondbacks at the Nats today. I think that I'm going to use the Diamondbacks as a big play today as well, too. So Diamondbacks, I like them a lot today. I think that they're going to be some good money, but you know what? You can play the spread with them as well, too. So with that, we move forward, and let's go ahead and get into the Rangers and the Rays. The Rangers and the Rays are going to have themselves a pretty good game today as well, too. I think that the Rays are going to actually step it up. You got a Rangers team coming in here, kind of dominated them this week, but I think the Rays are going to bounce back today, get a good effort from their pitching staff, and they're going to get some hitting going on today as well, too. So with that, I think that they could win this game by 2 or more runs. So I do have them on the spread for our ticket later on today. So pretty much with that, the Rangers and the Rays, this should be another really good game today. And I think the Rays should be able to pack them in a little bit and get themselves a good win over a team that's not considered to be one of the better teams in the league. They're one of the teams that we feel like will be at the bottom of the league as well, too. But it's April, and it's still like spring training, so it is what it is. All right, we move forward. We got the Tigers at the A's today, and pretty much the Tigers at the A's is going to be a pretty good one. We got ourselves the Tigers plus 150 and the A's are minus 190 today. I think this is more of a scoreboard watching game than anything. So with that, we got the Tigers plus 150 and the A's minus 190. I think we can go ahead and get ourselves situated, get ourselves a good ticket here and find ourselves cashing out big here as well, too, because I feel like the scoreboard watching is the thing to do here, and we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how it goes from there. Then we got the Rockies and the Dodgers to end off the group today. They're going to be they're here, and I think that all in all, this one will wind up being a game where, we're going to be scoreboard watching a bit. But I think that, the Dodgers should prevail. But it's going to be a tough one for the Dodgers today because they're trying to go for a sweep against a team that's in their division. So they're going to be really, really game tight tonight against Urias because they do have one of their better pitchers on the mound as well tonight. So we'll see how it shakes out. Rockies at Dodgers at the Ravine, and we'll just go from there, man. So pretty much it is what it is. With that, and you guys go ahead and check out FuboTV. You guys can go ahead and get 7 days free on me, and then you guys will be able to get yourself all the sports games and all the news and live TV you need on FuboTV. You get 7 days free on me. Then after that, you guys can go ahead and sign up. It'll be $55 a month with a no credit check. And once you want to go ahead and alleviate yourself from FuboTV, you can go ahead and do that. I almost said Fubu. So sorry about that. Fubo TV. Y'all check it out. And with that, we will be right back. This is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live.
Now you and your friends can compete in the sport of kings and win big with Stable Duel. Get the app, pick your horses, and get in on the thrill of horse racing with daily games competing against other players. Bring home the glory and the cash, and move up the annual leaderboard while you leave your competition in the dust. Get in the game with Stable Duel. Play, race, win.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners and I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
All right, we are back with the NBA Thursday preview, and we only got 4 games tonight, and I already talked about the Lakers. So pretty much we're going to go ahead and jump into the Bucks at the Hawks. And the Bucks at the Hawks, you got a Bucks team that's coming in here as the nice favorite. Sorry for on my end for that, but what you call it, the Bucks coming in here as a solid favorite. But I'm going to go ahead and rock with the Hawks today as my dog of the day, and I think that they should be good money for us today as well too. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take them as the dog of the day, and we're going to go ahead and make some money here. But that's what we're going to do here. Pretty much, I think that Trae Young and the crew can get themselves a big win, and they need to win a bit more than the Bucks do. Okay, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and take that group today, the Hawks, and see what we can do with that with the plus 155 money line. So y'all see that in a minute when we get to talking tickets. All right, so we move on to a rivalry game. Well, it was a rivalry, but now it's just pretty much another game in the NBA. But for a good 3 years, these teams were back and forth. Pretty much, they were the East and the West landlords. So there's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of history here, and all that good stuff. But I think the Warriors, who are on an absolute tear right now because of Steph Curry's great gameplay over the last 5 or 6 games. He dropped 50. He dropped 53 the other night. Then he comes back and drops another 40 burger, I think, last night. And ever since he hurt his back and everything like that and came back, he's been on one. But I know he's trying to will this team to the playoffs as well too, will this team back to a winning record. And then you got the Cavs, a team coming off a 13-point win last night against the Hornets. Nobody really saw that coming, but they did get themselves a good win last night as a slight dog. So I think they might have some energy for this one tonight, but we'll see how it shakes out. They're a 6-point dog at home, and it is what it is at the end of the day. So Warriors, Cavs, I think this one is more about scoreboard watching than anything. So we'll just go from there. And then, we have the Suns and the Kings tonight. This is going to be a good one. The Kings are a big dog tonight. And the Suns, they're taking their time, doing their thing. And pretty much with that, it winds up being a game where it can be a trap for the Suns. So that's why I'm going to be having the Kings here. I know I'm going to have the Kings here tonight. I think that they can cover this spread, and this team is long overdue. Some of these teams have just been playing really bad basketball late. The Kings are one of them, and I think that they're desperate to be better. So I can see them playing outer body tonight. So we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how it goes. But with that, that's going to be a wrap on our NBA Thursday preview. So let's go ahead and jump into talking tickets. And in talking tickets, we got the Diamondbacks at plus 1.5. We got the Rays at minus 1.5 today on the line. And then we also have the over 8.5 with the Tigers and the A's. And then I'm shooting for the Stars. I'm going to go ahead and put in the Rockies money line plus 225. I know Urias is a very good pitcher, but you know what though? I'm just going to go ahead and gamble a little bit today on the highest dog of the day. And I just think that the Rockies are due to get a win over these fellas as well too. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm taking the Rockies with the plus 225 money line. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it shakes out. And pretty much guy asks, is there any thoughts on the Royals and the Blue Jays? I tried to get some thoughts on the Royals and the Blue Jays, but they didn't want to give me a line. But all in all, though, I think that game will be a game that you favor a little bit more with the Blue Jays, in a sense, coming in off of a pretty good series against the Yankees. But the Royals are winners of their last 2 in a row. So I would suggest to anybody betting this game, you should probably go ahead and play the scoreboards. And you got to look at the pitchers that are going today and seeing exactly what they've done previously to this game. So I think that pretty much it would be, to me, probably be an oversell for the over. But I think this will wind up being an under game, okay? So that's my answer for the Royals-Blue Jay game for you, okay? Love the Cats. All right, so we move forward. Let's talk about the NBA primetime pick 4. And I'm messing up because I should have a better grasp of what's going on with this, meaning giving y'all the odds of it. It's a 15-1 ticket as well, too. So pretty much, yeah. This one right here, I got the dog of the day with the Hawks plus 155. Then we got the over 224 with the Warriors and the Cavs. And then we got the under 212.5 Celtic Lakers. And then that's not the Suns. That's my mistake. That's supposed to be the Kings. All right. So once again, 12.5 to the Kings, because if we get a 12.5 to the Suns, we're going to have to spend a minus 1,000 on that. So we're not doing that. So pretty much single what you like here with the, with this group, and I'll adjust this for you guys as well too when I put out the both groups as well too. But that is talking tickets for today, and you guys can bet all these wagers at a UWager where the world bets at, and you guys can use my promo code VSXPOP. So once again, that's UWager where the world bets at, and make sure to use the promo code VSXPOP. And as you guys can see on the ticker, you guys, if you do want to be a client, you guys can go ahead and sign up on primewavemedia.net. I got plenty of packages to choose from guys that just want to go ahead and play a weekend to people that want to be a part of the movement and tag on for a year. So just go ahead and check that on out, and hopefully you'll be joining the team very soon. So with that, that's a wrap for the Premier Sports Betting Show. I want to go ahead and send a big shout out to my graphics producer. You do a great job as usual, my brother. Also want to send a big shout out to everybody who's been watching the show, loving the show and everything like that. You guys are absolute gems and things of that nature. I really do appreciate it. You guys keep me motivated throughout the week, throughout the days and everything to keep going with this and everything like that. And you guys make sure to be on the lookout. We got merch coming, and we got the TV network coming very soon as well too. So if you guys are interested in becoming, putting your show on my platform, things of that nature, talk to me. We'll come up with something for you, come up with a good deal for you and everything like that to get you situated and get you, up and running and making you look like a superstar. So pretty much go ahead and reach out to me and we'll talk about it, okay? Because this is about to be huge, okay? And I got a lot of announcements coming for you guys very soon. So you guys be on the lookout, be aware, okay? So with that, I want to thank you guys. Once again, thank everybody who watched today. And once again, there is no me without you. And as I always say, bet with your head, not with your heart. This is the Premier Sports Betting Show, the Primetime Angles Live with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and I am gone.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.